Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Ayşenur Altan. In this episode we are making Malaga cake. It's a chocolate banana cake popularly served in Turkish cafes individually. Has cake base and cream on top. Whole banana, you spread ganache. It's very delicious. We're gonna make it an easy way with same ingredients in an easy version. I'm gonna crack 2 eggs, add half cup sugar, mix until it is frothy. So I added 1/4 of a cup vegetable oil, half cup milk, and over that I'm gonna sift my dry ingredients, 3/4 of a cup flour, cornstarch. It is optional but gives more delicate texture. It is not leveled, so I'm gonna complete it with cocoa powder, 1 pack baking powder, teaspoon vanilla beans. I'm using beans. Add 1 tablespoon more cocoa powder and mix. So for the consistency, I added 2 tablespoons more flour and cornstarch. It is still runny. I oiled my pan. The oven is heated to 170 Celsius degree and it goes to oven for about 20 minutes because it's thin. We're gonna check it. While cake is baking in the oven, let's make the pudding. I'm gonna use 1 egg yolk, 6 tablespoons sugar, 1 heaped tablespoon cornstarch, 2.5 heaped tablespoon all-purpose flour. Let's add little bit of milk from the 2.5 cups and add the rest. I'm gonna cook until it thickens and bubbly. So I want it to cool down faster. I'm gonna pour it in here. I have some ice cold water. My cake is done. It took about 20 minutes. It springs back, so it's baked well. Let's wait for 5 minutes to cool down a bit and then I'm gonna pour some milk and moisten the cake. After the pudding cooled down, to make it more fluffy and silky, I whisked it with hand mixer and added about 2 heaped tablespoon cream chantilly powder. Normally we use it to make whipped cream by whisking with cold milk, and if you do this together with the homemade pudding, it makes it more silky and creamy. You can use heavy cream if you like, or lighten it with some whipped cream too. My kitchen is very versatile. So my cake and cream is ready, pudding. Before I assemble everything, I want to make my ganache. I have double boiler. It is not necessary. You can put a small pan like this and then another bowl that fits here and the bottom doesn't touch to the water. We're just creating a steam. This is the kaymak, the cream I make from unpasteurized fresh milk. I have the recipe on the channel and use like a double cream or heavy cream. We usually eat this at breakfast with rose jam or other my favorite jams, but this time I'm gonna use this for the recipe. It is very thick, so I'm gonna scale. I might not need to use all of it. And going to add half bitter sweet and half milk chocolate. You see how thick it is. Normally we would buy heavy cream for it. It is not natural. They do add some thickeners, so I don't like to use it. Let me add more milk to complete. I added 100 milliliter heavy cream. Since this is thick, I measured with the milk. And now let's heat it up. I'm gonna heat the mixture with the steam and it will be a nice thick ganache cream, chocolate cream. My ganache is ready too, so I can begin to assemble everything. We have these Turkish bananas. They are smaller in size and flavorful, perfect for this recipe. If you have bigger ones, you can cut them in half, maybe in wedges, so you can place it easily here. So let's assemble. To soften my ganache, I added about half tablespoon butter and melted. And for extra crunchiness and texture, some chopped hazelnuts. To finish decorating my cake, I melted some white chocolate, but since my pan was too big, it hardened, so I had to add some milk to melt it again, and it was still delicious but in like sweetened condensed milk consistency. So I melted the second batch in a smaller heat-proof bowl and then drizzle it over my Malaga cake. Okay, let's serve it and take a look. It looks very delicious. I'm gonna taste it, but I have to take some photos first before sun sets near the window, so let's go. As a family and loved it. The only point I want to say, it could have been better if I used 12 bananas instead of 10, so it would be narrow slices. You can still eat it, it's so delicious. And what we are doing now is, it's night time almost and we have our dessert but not the dinner. I'm gonna make easy fake mantı with pasta and a ground beef sauce. And I have the recipe on the channel. You can look from here. I hope you try and like it. See you next time.